All right. So back to the question I was asking earlier. A lot of persons have raised eyebrows regarding some of the appointments you have made recently. Advisors, you have about 50,000 advisors now, and you have just about less than 8 months to leave office. How much of a burden that is to the state government, especially when they have to be paid with taxpayers' money, is raising a lot of eyebrows.
Okay. How is it a burden? Okay, take for example, who determines whether it's a burden on government? The people appointed, are they not reverse people? Are they not going to be paid? Are they civil servants? But you're adding more money? Or you're even employing those who don't have employment. It's not the duty of government to reduce poverty. It's not the duty of government to empower its people. If I have money, as I tell you now, this early morning we met, we are going to increase it to 100,000. It is not, you see, if we don't have the funds to pay, that is the problem.
So this is like a project?
In fact, it is
political empowerment?
Yeah, it's not political. It is part of what we promised our people. If the next government coming cannot go with it, it's an appointment. The government can look, I can't deal with this. Right? The government is not tied to continue with it. But for me, information is key. Remember, this 319th was it the first time I appointed him? It was there last year. The 14 local government last year, is it the first time? People just forget easily. What we have done is to listen. We don't get enough information we are supposed to get. What are the people saying at the polling youth level? What are they saying? Are they happy with our government? You go and find out so we can make adjustments before we leave.
So this is a political masterstroke for you, just to get to the grassroots.
It is you to tag what it is.
No, you say you want to get to the grassroots.
I have not tagged that. But you are entitled to say, based on what you had me say, this is what it is.
Are you going to be paying them, and how much would you be paying them?
That is not your business to know how much.
No, I think it's public
I don't need to know.
But they are political appointees, sir. Are they?
By the time they are being paid, you ask. You can get that.
Are they political appointees?
They are political appointees.
So
they are not civil servants.
Okay.
They are political appointees. We are also going to employ civil servants before we leave.
Just to be clear, are you increasing it to 100,000, as you said? Or you're
I said today
it?
we met this morning.
Right.
We are going to agree to 100,000.
So now
they are all reverse people.
Yeah. But when you talk about...
Why are you worrying about this number?
No, just to be clear, because it sounded like you were saying you're planning to, but now you say you will.
I said,
right.
We'll increase it 100,000.
100,000.
Yes, we'll do that. Our people are so happy. If I tell you the kind of text message I'm getting everywhere, people say, look, I want to be part of this. I want you to please. I have no, look, the unemployment rate is too much. Why are you doing what you can do? By creating jobs, by employing civil service, you should also know that it's not enough.
So this is the infrastructure of the stomach that you spoke about long ago.
You have always used the word stomach. I don't know about stomach. But again, if you say stomach, if you are working, you feed your stomach. If you are working, but if you don't have work, will you feed your stomach? You will feed your stomach. You're talking about Christ.
Your Excellency, in this period, would there be a mechanism, for instance, to gauge if there is value in what you have done in terms of what they would bring to the table?
Do you know what information is? How important information is? The problem we have is not obtaining enough information. To execute and plan and execute. In fact, most of the problem we have today in this country is because you don't even use the media. Because I read the front page of newspapers yesterday that Atiku sends Dr. Odili, David Mark, Igori to Wike. I was with him yesterday evening for over 2 hours. Nobody has ever spoken to him on anything. Where you get the information? No, let me tell you. And it's a very misleading information. And the front pages of newspapers. So, if you have your accurate information, so many things will go well. But if you just stay one place and just, okay, I'm sure they are doing this, it's sell out to the people. That is not fair.
How are we not sure he wasn't there to see you based on that report?
How do you know what?
How are we sure that he wasn't? You said you met him.
Even the one that involves me, most of the stories you carry, totally wrong. You begin to wonder. Sometimes I sit back. Where are they getting this information from? Me that is involved. I'm not even aware of what you're talking about.
Dr. Odili confirmed to you that nobody in PDP has asked him to be an emissary to
you. Nobody. Let the person come out.
And you didn't have discussions about the reconciliation and all of that?
What is that? What do I have to do? It's my leader in my state. We meet from time to time. I brief him from time to time. He's one of the leaders I brief.
But what has he told you regarding the issues between you and the presidential candidate?
That is not your business. What the father told his son, not what the son will come to the public and begin to tell you. That's a private conversation.
Yeah, but
why I said this to you, because it shall become public.
Yeah.
And I'm only trying to tell you, there's nothing like that. So you don't go further to ask me what to discuss again.
Well, there's no harm in
trying. But will you listen to him if tomorrow he calls you and says, PDP has asked me to be an emissary between you and the party? Will you listen as a political father?
He's a very respected, reasonable father. Before he advises you, he knows that this is right and this is wrong. Okay. So it's not a question of whether if PDP go and begin to tell him lies, then he will come to him. He won't do that. He will tell PDP, no, this is wrong. So it's not a father that you think that because you've gone to him, that he will just call his son and come and do this. He's a reasonable father. It's one who respects so much in the state. So that is why, have you seen of all the governors, former governors, do you see him being a member of the former governors forum? Do you see him go and stay in Abuja? He's here. For God knows, do you see him in government house? You don't need to be important by running around people. People respect you, whom you are. Anywhere you are, people will find you. It's not only when you're running around to be attending associations meeting. Some people are relevant by being members of former government forum. They are not important in their state to deliver votes. So what gives them that recognition is that they are members of the former governors forum. I don't want to be important as a member of former governors forum. I want to be important that in my state, people respect me and I can deliver my votes. And therefore, if PDP wants anything, they have to come to my state and talk to me because they know I'm very important in my state, not because of my voice in the former governors forum.